I'm Jake, and this is
Neverland Navigation Radio,
where we traverse through the history of festive fun for the Christmas season at Disneyland. Yes, we had so much fun covering the history of holiday time celebrations at the Walt Disney World Resort. We figured we'd take it to the other coast.
And that's really going like back to the beginning, as we say.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. This is Walt had direct involvement with this Christmas celebration.
Yeah, I can't wait for this because I really want to know like what Walt wanted.
Right. And I will say, when it comes to the history of Christmas time celebrations at Disneyland, there truly is too much to cover all in one. It's so extensive. So I kind of just picked some really interesting little pieces of history from the Christmas time celebrations that I thought I would kind of cover.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think you'll be excited to hear about some of them because I think they're really interesting.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear about this.
All right.
I love Christmas at Disney World, Disneyland, and on the Disney cruises. So, like, yeah, the history, amazing.
Yes, there's a lot of fun Christmas time celebrations to choose from across all of Disney World's products and experiences, but a couple gems right from the very beginning of their Christmas time, origins is quite a fun thing to explore.
This one will be the most, like, historical.
Yes, right. But before we dive into all of that festive fun, we wanted to say thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Neverland Navigation Radio. If you'd like to help support the show, you can do that by subscribing so you can be alerted when new episodes pop up in the feed, and you can leave us a review. Reviews are super helpful for us because we get to read your feedback, but also because they help to make the show more discoverable. So if you want to leave us a little holiday gift, that would be the best way to do it.
Yes. And if you are thinking about taking any kind of vacation in the next year, whenever, whether it be to Disneyland, Universal, or on a cruise, whether that's Disney or any kind, please consider sending me an email. My email is morgan@neverlandnavigation.com. I am a free-to-you travel agent, and what I want to tell everybody is when you book a vacation, even if you get a great deal, the price of your personal travel agent's commission is baked into the price you're paying, whether you're using a personal travel agent or not. So if you're not using a personal travel agent, you're just leaving money on the table. So I would love to be your free personal travel agent. It doesn't cost you anything. Most of my clients save money by using me. They also save a lot of frustration because I will do their dining reservations. I will call to make requests, or if you've got a problem, I'll be the one that's dealing with it. So if you're interested in that, please send me that email. I also gift my clients free custom trip t-shirts. Yeah, as a thank you for letting me help book your travel.
And they're soft.
Yeah, the shirts are amazing. I've really honed my skills.
Soft as the fresh driven snow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, give yourself the ultimate holiday gift. There's so much to stress about this time of year.
Yeah.
Don't let your travel plans be one of them.
Right.
Right.
But use a personal travel agent, and then it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, use a personal travel agent.
You get a free gift. You help a small business.
Yes, one named Morgan Jones.
Yes.
All right. Should we go back?
Yeah, it's back to the beginning.
Back to the
Begin
beginning.
at the beginning.
So there was the Big Bang.
Not that far back.
Oh. All right, we are going to go back to 1955 though, because that's when Disneyland opened, July 17th, 1955.
Okay.
Yes, and that very same year was Disneyland's first ever Christmas celebration.
Okay, so they started right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
You know how
Did they go big?
No.
They went little.
They would expect you would expect them to go big.
I would have expected that. Walt seemed like a Christmas loving kind of guy.
Yeah, well, Walt's all about zigging when they think you're gonna zag. So instead, they had budgetary issues, and they had a very small Christmas celebration.
Okay.
Let me tell you what was there in 1955.
1955 was rough for them.
Yeah, 1955, there were problems.
There were problems.
Problems funding Disneyland, problems opening Disneyland,
Yeah.
problems expanding Disneyland.
All right.
But hey, the problems, we can forget about them for a short time. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. So let me tell you what was there. There was
Paint the picture.
Okay. Let me get out my palette. There was a real Christmas tree from the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
It wasn't on Main Street.
Oh no.
It was in the hub. It was in front of the castle.
Oh yes. Okay. You mentioned this. How big was it? Because their castle is pretty small.
Their castle is pretty small. The Christmas tree had varying sizes from year to year.
Oh, it was a real tree multiple years.
It was a real tree multiple years,
Okay.
I believe until the 70s. I'll get to
wow.
that later. But yeah, it was a real tree every year, and now the tree is 60 feet tall, but it's artificial. But it's always been, I believe, over 30 feet tall.
Okay.
So yeah, decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a real Christmas tree from the Northwest, and they had minimal Christmas decorations the first year, including like wreaths and lights and garland.
Okay.
And
really?
They were Dickens carolers from the University of Southern California.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That was in the history of Walt Disney World as well. I love it.
Yeah, they were decked out in their Victorian caroling gear, and they would go all around the park, specifically the Main Street area, and they would be spreading holiday cheer.
Great. Nothing can really more make you feel like you're in an old-timey Christmas movie.
Agreed.
The Victorian Christmas carolers.
Yeah, the Muppets even shout out Christmas carolers in the Muppet Christmas Carol because, it's a standard.
It's what you do.
It's what you do. Whether you're human, Muppet.
Yeah.
Something in between like me.
Okay.
Okay. Also there in 1955 was a special Christmas Day parade called the Christmas at Disneyland Festival. And guess what?
What?
Walt Disney himself led the procession.
Oh my god!
How fun is that?
That's awesome.
You know how Dolly Parton sometimes is in the Dollywood parade?
Actually, I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, sometimes Dolly just pops up and she's like in a coach.
Why not?
Yeah, how fun. She's like waving to people.
That's cool.
That's Walt Disney in 1955.
Cool.
At the Christmas parade. How fun.
That's awesome.
The most unusual offering by today's standards during that first holiday season, however, was something called the Christmas Circus.
Okay.
The Christmas Circus.
I already was a little thrown. You said festival was the other name, right?
Yeah, that's the name of the parade.
Okay, yeah. And we use that term for like our food and wine festival, like our holiday festival, and I'm thinking food, and you said parade. All right, go on.
I know. Maybe they just thought different of the word festival back then.
Maybe.
The Disneyland Circus combined traditional animal and high wire acts with a Christmas show performed by the Mouseketeers.
Crazy.
Okay.
Wait, was this show a show that was going on and then they just Christmas-fied it? Or was this made specifically for Christmas?
I believe this was made specifically for Christmas.
Okay. Nothing says Christmas like tightrope walkers.
Yeah. Agreed. How strange.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a huge fight between Walt Disney himself and the park's leadership about whether or not
this made any sense.
Any sense, if they could afford it,
oh.
what it should be. Yeah, apparently
Which side was Walt on? He wanted it?
I believe Walt was on the side of, we have to do this.
Yeah.
And then the park's leadership was on the side of, what if it's not a success? We're wasting all this money.
Okay.
Yeah, Walt was never one to be like, oh, let's be practical.
Yeah, he's whimsical.
Right, he's the whimsical one.
Okay.
He's the animal tightrope.
Yeah, so tightrope walking Santa. Got it.
Yes, and the elves are there. Yes. Okay, yeah, so that was kind of the first Christmas. Very strange.
Did it go well, circus?
Yes, people came.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing that recurred.
Okay.
So I wouldn't.
So that tells you.
Yeah, that kind of tells you. I don't think it was. It was like, how when we were doing Walt Disney World and they only had Christmas on one day.
Yeah.
It was that.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, but they didn't bring it back.
Okay.
In the future. So maybe it was just too expensive. I don't know. It's kind of hard to know from all the way back then. But yeah, that was the...
I'd be curious to know if there was a connection between the circus and Christmas in the 50s, like outside of this.
Yeah, like generally.
Yeah.
Did people do Christmas circuses?
Right.
Let us know. Was your grandpa in a Christmas circus? Right in. I'd like to know.
It sounds like a summary thing to me, but what I have no idea.
Yeah, I think just like the word circus in general to me has no connection to Christmas.
None.
You know,
None.
like we think of things for Christmas entertainment. You think of the Rockettes doing the Rockette
All kinds of
Christmas
stuff.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Parades in general are pretty Christmassy. But yeah, that I don't know.
It's not even wintry. Yeah, I don't see it, but okay.
Yeah, I would go.
Okay.
I'll try it out. All right, next year, 1956.
Okay.
The Christmas Bowl entertainment event is officially christened, featuring a large 300-member choir and school bands performing on the Main Street train station steps. So this was the
Wow.
largest holiday area that Disneyland arranged. It was a retheming of a pre-existing outdoor stage. It was surrounded by a few artificial trees, and the bowl featured choirs singing Christmas carols, and that event was the precursor to the candlelight ceremony and processional.
Okay. That makes sense.
So this tradition goes all the way back to 1956.
Okay. And this one makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. This one feels
It's a
right.
good fit. Yeah.
No animals,
Right.
no tight ropes, just bands and a choir
And I'm sure Christmas music.
and Christmas music.
Okay.
Christmas stuff. I also love that this is on the Main Street train station steps.
I'm trying to picture how it would work. Like, so if people are standing there in front of that watching, like, is that blocking the? I don't know.
Well,
It must go on.
you know how sometimes there will be characters and stuff in our train station and people will crowd around there to
Yeah.
like look at them.
And even just that, yeah.
Even just that is wild. Imagine that times like I'm assuming times
A lot.
like a lot.
I would hope.
Right. Hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the origin of the Candlelight Processional. It was called the Candlelight Ceremony at the Christmas Bowl.
Okay. The bowl. I
I know.
know. I don't
Christmas
love
Bowl
that.
is so
When
funny.
you said that, I was like, oh no.
Sounds like a football
Yeah.
situation. You know how they have the
Yes.
fruit bowl and all
Yeah.
that? What was that? All right. So 1957 begins Christmas Around the World, which is a parade.
Oh,
And the candlelight thing is officially renamed to the Candlelight Processional,
okay.
which was held, which featured the parade's singing voices starting at the castle and ending at the plaza. So they moved. It was like a moving candlelight processional.
Okay.
So we started at the castle, and it was like a parade with the castle and the band, and they're singing the Christmas music, but it's a parade, and they start at the castle and go to the Main Street Plaza.
Okay. The Main Street, like
The town square.
Town Square.
Yeah. It's like a moving little parade down Main Street.
Okay. This is hard to imagine.
Yeah. I can
I wonder if somebody's got it on video. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe pictures.
Okay.
You know what? I bet there's pictures of it. And if you just imagine like how like a high school band will move and like a choir walking behind them and they're singing Christmas music, I think that's all it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound particularly, candlelight processional, whatever. In the 60s, the Candlelight Processional was moved to the town square, so now it's all in one place, and the tradition of inviting celebrity narrators began. So
okay.
all the way back in the 60s.
And so is this when they started doing the, like, the nativity scene?
I believe, yes. I
Okay.
believe this is when we get the nativity narrator bit of it.
Got it.
Yeah, so back in the 60s. Beginning in 1961, Disney began to okay, wait, we're moving on to something else, and it's very interesting, and I think you're going to be thrilled.
Okay.
Beginning in 1961, Disneyland began to advertise that their celebrity or that their Christmas celebration would feature the world's largest Christmas tree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This was not the 60-foot artificial tree that can be found in the town square today, but a much more unique variation on the concept of a Christmas tree.
Okay. I think I've heard this.
Do you know where this is going?
I think so.
Disneyland began the practice of annually topping the Matterhorn mountain.
Oh, no. I did not know this.
Oh
my God.
With a 24-foot tall, rotating, illuminated Christmas star.
That's cool.
They put a star on top of the Matterhorn.
That's really cool.
And they said, this is a Christmas tree if you use your imagination.
Yeah, that's what we do in Disney.
Yeah. The metal star was fitted with twinkling lights and could be seen from many vantage points, not only within the Disneyland park, but around Anaheim.
Okay, this doesn't happen anymore, right?
Nope.
Why?
A crane was required each year to lift the 24-foot star
Dang.
onto the Matterhorn's peak, and the star weighed 3,500 pounds. In some instances, Santa Claus was there to direct the placement of the star. So there's a picture of like Santa Claus standing on top of the Matterhorn, and he's like, all right, a little this way, a little that way. Very cute, very fun. So
you're just saying they didn't feel like it anymore.
According to D23, the 1978 holiday season marked the star's final appearance atop the Matterhorn, and there have been a lot of theories about why. Some people said it was because the crane situation was bad, it was not convenient, it was disrupting
sounds
things.
Familiar.
I know, sounds a lot like our dream lights. But some people were saying that was during the time of the gas and energy crisis, and so there was an effort by Disneyland not to use as much energy.
Okay.
And so no more 24-foot tall star on top of the Matterhorn.
Okay. I don't know this star, so I'm not.
I've never met this star.
I didn't know it existed, so I won't get mad about it. But part of me wants to get mad about it because it just sounds like the same BS that we got with all the stuff we lost in Disney World. They're like, yeah. Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah.
He's showing me a picture.
Okay, here's the picture with Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a very mid-century kind of design to the star. It's got Sputnik lights that at nighttime illuminated to make it, a vibrant. What was really cool about it was that it rotated.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was like a twirling star.
I mean, if the reason was the energy thing, why didn't they bring it back after that was over? I'm just saying,
I think it's budgetary.
I think they just didn't want to do it anymore. And I only say that because that's happened with so much of our Christmas stuff in Walt Disney World, and I'm a little salty about it.
No,
but, yeah.
I get it. There have been a lot of rumors that the star might be returning for the 100th anniversary.
Really? That would be cool.
For different stuff. So all of the rumors so far have proven to be false because... they've come and gone, these different celebrations, these different landmark occasions for Disneyland, and the star has never returned. But the more that I look at pictures of it, the more that I want it back.
I know, but do you think it's being stored somewhere?
It's really hard to know because there's no records of. So the way that people used to check in on the star, since you asked, is that when there were sky buckets that would pass through the Matterhorn that would take you from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland, people used to peer over and look at the storage area behind the storybook canal boats because that is where they would store the star after they took it down because it was so heavy they didn't want to transport it off site.
Okay.
That became an expansion pad at Disneyland, and when they started building things like Toontown and stuff, that whole area got reconfigured and it wasn't a storage area anymore, and the star wasn't there, and then the sky buckets closed down, so people couldn't see where the star used to be. So we don't know what happened to the star, which is very unfortunate.
Right.
Maybe they've got the star. Maybe they could rebuild the star. It doesn't seem that hard to rebuild the star. However, I do think this is something that should make a return.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that about all the stuff we lost.
Yeah.
Okay, well that sounds really cool.
It is really cool. I encourage everyone to look at pictures of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I also think it would be fun to light up the Matterhorn.
Yeah. Well, you mean in Christmas lights?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they already do have a lighting package on it. Yeah, which I think is very cool. But I think in Christmas lights, I would in my brain, I would prefer actual Christmas lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like a net of Christmas lights around the whole mountain.
That'd be cool.
Would be cool. Maybe just a swirl of Christmas lights.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Whole thing. Yeah, and then you could really sell that it's a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of funny for them to advertise it as the world's tallest Christmas tree.
And when it's just a mountain with a star on top.
When it's just a mountain. They didn't even light it up green or anything.
Yeah.
It was just in the dark with a star.
Wow.
I know. From what I can ascertain from research, there is a world's largest Christmas ornament. It's only 13 feet.
Wow.
in either direction. So, from what I can gather, this was the largest Christmas decoration ever created.
Yeah.
Was the star on top of the Disneyland Matterhorn. And I think that is a pretty noteworthy and cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how cool did that look? That's very cool.
I know. I can only imagine it rotating.
I know.
That's
I
the
know.
part that really,
Yeah.
sends me over the edge. There's been a lot of other, like, interesting decorations that have kind of come and gone from Disneyland. Like, in the canals on either side, like the moat going up to the castle, they used to put Christmas trees down there. Sometimes they were regular Christmas trees. Sometimes they were, like, aluminum Christmas trees. But they don't do that anymore. Like, different things have come and gone. There have been Tomorrowland Christmas decorations
Yeah.
that were, like, made of, like, metal sculpture.
They don't do that anymore?
I don't know.
We do that.
We
So,
do that. Yeah, we do that. I don't think they decorate Tomorrowland for Christmas at Disneyland anymore, but I'm not 100% sure. There's been a lot of coming and going.
Yeah.
Something that I noticed when I was looking through pictures was that there have been, like, Adventureland decorations at Disney in some years, and then in some years, those decorations aren't there anymore, like in the 80s.
Wow.
Which is kind of wild.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So they kind of, like, pick and choose when and what to decorate.
Yeah.
Which in some ways I think is very in the spirit of Disneyland, because they're a little bit more, in my opinion, sporadic and whimsical with the choices that they make sometimes with that park, especially throughout history. And there is something that is charming about that to me. But in some ways, I'm like, so the other major thing about celebrating Christmas at the Disneyland Resort, of course, is like our favorite holiday overlay, which is the Haunted Mansion holiday.
Absolutely. When did that start?
Morgan, you've ridden the Haunted Mansion holiday.
I love it.
If people are not familiar, can you just kind of give them the overlay of what it is?
So Haunted Mansion has its own story, as I'm sure you guys all know, with, like, the attic, the ghosts, the are you going to become one of us stitch. And so then in September every year they shut it down for a while, and Jack Skellington and the whole Nightmare Before Christmas crew comes in and takes over, and it is redone, like, in such a fantastical way that it's like a completely different ride. So the stretching room is different. The queue after the stretching room is different. The entire ride, it's not little changes. It's wild, giant changes with big animatronics to make this whole thing Nightmare Before Christmas themed. And the animatronics are so technically amazing that I have to assume that this is done more recently. But I'm sure you'll tell us when we get to that. But yeah, it's just completely taken over by the Nightmare Before Christmas. And this overlay runs from at least October until the end of the Christmas season.
Right.
So I consider this a Halloween overlay, but it because it's Nightmare Before Christmas and the movie is both Halloween and Christmas, for them it counts for both.
Right.
So they consider it both.
Which I think makes sense, because if it does kind of traverse the territory of both holidays and there's downtime associated, it seems like a really good business decision.
Business-wise, I completely get it, and I would be totally excited and down to ride this in December.
Yeah. Close enough.
It's just if I got into an argument with somebody about whether Nightmare Before Christmas is Halloween or a Christmas movie, I'm team it's a Halloween movie, but I get that is controversial.
Right. If you're riding the Haunted Mansion during Christmas time anyway, then there's no Christmas vibe to be had. So at least Nightmare Before Christmas moves you a little closer.
A little closer. There's a Santa outfit. Yeah, for sure.
Put a Santa hat on it, baby.
Yes. So, and for Disney, the movie spans both. So it totally works, and they can have it up for 4 months. So
yeah, and this was introduced on October 3rd, 2001.
Okay.
So you were correct that this is a little bit more recent.
A little bit more recent, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's been 24 years.
Yeah.
We're about to have our 25th year of this overlay.
Very cool. And that makes sense because it's so impressive, but I'm not surprised at all. I love this. this. I love this with my whole heart.
Me
Which is
too.
crazy because I'm not even a super Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but I am a super fan of this overlay. It is so impressive.
I know, just the care that they take in completing a full transformation of an attraction.
Yeah.
It really sets an impossible bar,
Yeah.
as we've learned,
Yeah.
for other overlays
An actual
to reach.
impossible bar, apparently. Yeah.
Right.
But Disneyland also got the Country Bear overlay.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, so they got another big overlay when Disney World only really got the one. Do they have Jingle Cruise?
No.
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I didn't research that,
Oh,
so
okay.
don't hold an arrow to my head. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I can find out real quick.
Sure.
I'm just curious. Yeah, because I've done Disneyland for Christmas, and I really like how I think it's not that they do it more or better than Walt Disney World, but maybe it is that because they've got Haunted Mansion Holiday, and if you even a little bit think that's a Christmas movie, then that's like such a massive overlay that they should get all the points for that. But also, they've got more costume characters just walking around.
I know, fun.
And yeah, I feel like I'm not saying that doesn't happen in Walt Disney World, but this is a little bit more common.
Right.
Yeah.
So they do not have Jingle Cruise over in Disneyland. But would you like to know a little bit of fun history about the Haunted Mansion Holiday?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about overlays. So apparently Disneyland really liked the success of Small World Holiday, which predates this. So they wanted to kind of...
Small World Holiday.
Yes. It was just like more Christmas lights, snowflakes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Right. They do that and we don't do that. I love that there too. Oh my God. It looks so awesome because their Small World building is so big and iconic. And then they put a Santa hat on the clock thing.
Heck yeah.
And then they add more lights and it's all Christmassy. I love Small World Christmas. I completely forgot until you just said that. Oh my God. Okay. There's no contest. Disneyland does it way better.
Oh yeah, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt.
But they don't have a party. Which is wild.
They have a Halloween party.
Yeah, but they don't have a Christmas party.
Don't you think that's weird?
I think it's crazy weird.
Yeah.
And that more explains the characters in costumes out and about. Because I think at Disney World, they're trying to like gatekeep their characters in costumes to make you buy a party ticket.
I know.
Which I kind of hate, but then I guess you've got to have exclusive things for people willing to pay $200 a person for a couple of hours.
That's what they're doing. They're like reverse engineering the justification for the ticket price.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really liked Small World Holiday, and people liked it just like you did.
Yes.
So they wanted to do another holiday overlay. So they thought the Haunted Mansion, another classic attraction, bada bing, bada boom, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what they decided?
What?
A Christmas Carol.
No way.
They said Charles Dickens, Christmas Carol in the Haunted Mansion, Ghost of Christmas Future, Ghost of Christmas Past.
That makes a lot of sense.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they pursued that idea.
When was this?
They developed it, prior to 2001.
Okay.
They developed it, and then they thought, oh no, we don't like a Christmas Carol in New Orleans. That doesn't feel correct to us. Yeah, because England.
Right.
Because that story famously very English.
Very English.
So,
even the Muppets one has Michael Caine, right?
Yes.
Very British.
Very British.
Go on.
So they thought, oh no, okay, we're going to scrap that. But at Imagineering, as we know, no good idea goes to waste. So.
That's not true. That's not even a little true. I'm sorry. Have you been here before?
Morgan meant to say yes and. No.
Wait a minute.
That is
Let's talk about all the good ideas that Imagineering has come up with that we've never seen. Okay,
I know.
Sorry.
No, it's true. But maybe they'll come back around.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but the Nightmare Before Christmas obviously runaway success
for
Walt Disney World.
So you're saying the Christmas Carol idea might come back around?
No, I'm not
Oh.
saying that. I'm saying they had the idea of a full and complete overlay for a haunted
Ah,
mansion.
got
They
it.
scrapped it all together. Then they had success
With a different one.
with A Nightmare Before Christmas, and
Okay.
they thought, okay, wait, there's some ideas that can maybe
I
we can
think
maybe
The
do
Nightmare
something.
Before Christmas came out in the mid-90s, so it did take them a minute to get there.
It did, but as you recall from previous conversations, it wasn't an immediate box office smash.
Right.
It was actually its home releases.
It was a sleeper, right?
Yes, it was a sleeper success.
As is all of their Halloween movies.
That's so true.
Yeah, well, they're
Hocus
very
Pocus, famously.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus. They're very bad about like when they release these.
Agreed.
Historically,
and they're about to do it again with Hexed. Yep. Okay, so they decided, okay, let's do Nightmare Before Christmas. They transformed the ride while it's temporarily closed for a few weeks in the late summer. They add characters and decorations and music from the film. The stretching room is transformed with stained glass windows that shatter to reveal Halloween-themed portraits. Ooh, how fun.
I love it.
And the graveyard scene is decorated with snow and holiday-themed versions of the Grim Grinning Ghost song. There were some voice actors who died in between the filming of The Nightmare Before Christmas and this overlays creation.
Wow.
So they hired new performers to take on their roles and pay homage to the originals.
Okay.
Sally was originally a smaller animatronic in the graveyard scene, but she received a new animatronic in 2016.
Oh, that's the only one I've seen. I love that.
Yeah, it's like a fun little update.
Yeah. She's big, yeah.
Yes. The gingerbread house in the dining room changes its theme each year.
No, it becomes a gingerbread. Oh, you're saying each year it's different.
Yeah, each year
fascinating.
it's different.
I didn't know
apparently. Okay, and then this is my last fun fact.
Yeah, they've got the gingerbread house, I think, instead of the cake.
Yes. And apparently the decoration on the gingerbread house
Interesting.
changes. Okay, Tokyo Disneyland gets Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that either until I pulled this up. I don't know.
Okay.
Since 2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I bet I could figure it out. It starts in September.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking that after I said October, I was like, I bet actually it goes back to September because that's how we do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we start Halloween early. That's how Disney does. That's how we do it. It's like 4 months of holidays.
Yeah.
So it's probably, is it mid-September? It doesn't matter.
No, it tells me. Hold on. Okay. September 15th. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
September. Yeah, and I think it goes until January.
January, probably the first week of January. Yeah. Yep. So almost 4 months. So yeah, and that makes it worth it, I think.
Agreed. There's a slightly different than ours. I'm not exactly sure how. I don't have enough time.
The one in Asia.
Yeah, the one in Asia.
Yeah.
They have different proclivities about, culturally. They have some different proclivities about like spirits and the undead and stuff.
Right.
So they try to respect that mostly in the China parks, but also I think somewhat in the Japan parks. So I think that has something to do with it. But it's really cool to me that they have another one. And
that is really cool. I had no idea.
Tokyo has so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
They're Universal, they're Disney.
Yeah.
They've got it all over there.
Yeah, definitely. Something to check, something to bear in mind if you're thinking about taking a Tokyo Disneyland trip, especially if it's a once in a lifetime. Like I think when we do it, it'll probably be a once in a lifetime kind of trip.
Yeah.
So now I'll have to thinking about doing it in those months.
Oh, like you weren't gonna go during Christmas anyway.
I wasn't.
Really?
Yeah. There were a bunch of factors, but yeah, I didn't think that. I love Christmas so much here.
Yeah.
That I like traveling during the months where here I'm missing Christmas.
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. We do have a lot of good Christmas stuff to offer at Walt Disney World.
It's also the best weather we get in Florida is
by far.
Yeah, November, December, January, and then February to some extent. And yeah, so I like being here then. But that plus I think that Japan gets pretty cold.
Yeah. It snows there sometimes.
Well, and you know me,
You don't mess with that.
I don't really usually mess with that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for this fun little perusal of some of the different Christmas festivities that have occurred at Disneyland over the years. It's been a very fun little tour. If you guys have enjoyed this, then you can also follow us on social media at Neverland Navco on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, and if you want to check out our Etsy shop, it's called Neverland Navigation on Etsy, and you can kind of get an idea by looking at the reviews of the kind of quality shirt you would get if you let me help book your next vacation. And to do that, you would just email me. My email is morgan@neverlandnavigation.com.
All right, we're off to go do the holiday overlay of Neverland Navigation Radio. So we'll see you on
On
our
our
next
next
adventure.
adventure.